Chixia is the most fun DPS in Wuthering Waves right now, and in this No BS guide, I'm going to show you how to build and play her. At the time of release, Chixia is the only gun DPS in Wuthering Waves.
Get up, cocksuckers, it's all over.
Jumping into her kit, her normal attack fires up to 4 consecutive shots, dealing fusion damage, with her last shot doing the most damage. And this part of her kit sucks. Chixia's big damage comes from her Resonance skill and Resonance Liberation. Her Resonance Liberation is simple, just hit R and you'll win the game. Her Resonance skill is a little bit more complicated though, so let me walk you through it. If you hold E, Chixia will enter her rapid fire mode. That didn't last very long, but that's because of her Forte circuit. The duration of the skill depends on how full the bar is, and to quickly fill up the bar, you can simply tap her E. We'll get into teams in a sec, but Chixia's gonna need some good quick swap supports in order to account for this cooldown. But once her skill is back up, channel your inner Patriot and lay down the law. But we're not done. You see that little white star that's appeared on your bar? No, that's not the 51st State of the Union. Sorry, Puerto Rico. But see, if you click once your Concerto energy bar lines up with this star, Chixia will enter Boom Boom. This is where her biggest damage will come from, especially if you have her S1, which makes this shot have a 100% crit rate. Now that we have her kit down, let's talk a little bit about her talent priority. You're going to want to prioritize her Forte circuit, since her second inherent skill gives her an additional 50% damage buff with Boom Boom. You'll also want to level her Resonance skill and Resonance Liberation, then level her normal attack and intro skill with whatever you have left. As far as her build goes, her best echo combo is a 5-piece Molten Rift. But if you're poor, you can do 2 pieces of Molten Rift accompanied with either 2 pieces of the Moonlight Clouds to increase her Resonance Liberation uptime, or 2 pieces of Lingering Tunes for your flat attack buff. And her best weapon is the only 5-star gun in the game, but any attack stat weapon will do. Okay, now on to teams. Chixia's best support DPS is... yeah, believe it or not, Tauchi actually isn't completely useless, thanks to her 38% resonance skill damage amplification. So she's great for Chixia, but you'll have to just kind of take my word on this one. That said, Mortifi can also synergize really well with her.
Would this make me a furry if I said smash?
Chixia's numerous skill casts and hit counts will easily trigger additional damage from Mortifi's Resonance Liberation. But in my opinion, her best support DPS as of 1.0 is Yinlin. Yinlin's kit enables Chixia to go from a primarily single target DPS to a multi-target DPS if you apply her punishment mark on enemies. And Chixia's rapid fire form will trigger tons of Judgment Strike damage from Yinlin. It's a match made in heaven, and Yinlin's also just a MILF, so yeah. Once you select your support DPS, you're gonna want a healer. Trust me. Both Baiji and Verena are good here, but Verena is arguably the better pick if you have her due to her 19% outro skill buff and 15% damage amplification. Additionally, Verena's unlockable inherent skill buffs all team members' attack by 20% if you cast a heavy attack, a mid-air attack, use your Resonance Liberation, or outro skill. So if you have her, use her. Now let's discuss rotations. Chixia's entire rotation is revolving around her Forte circuit. So if your bar is low, you're going to want to start by pressing E twice to quickly build up that energy. But after doing this, we have about 7 seconds to kill, so take that time to use your support utilities. With this team, I'm going to build up Yinlin's Forte circuit so that we can apply the punishment mark for extra damage. Then we'll switch out to Verena to apply her damage buffs, making sure we use a heavy attack to slide towards the enemy before we switch to Chixia, gaining that 20% attack buff. From here, hold E until Boom Boom is ready and just win the video game. Your Resonance Liberation and Echo can be used as needed to deal additional damage before starting the rotation over again. Again, this will look different depending on your team comp, but any team's rotation with Chixia will ultimately revolve around her Forte circuit. And that's how you build and play Chixia. Let me know what other characters you want me to cover next, and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content.